Today we have the CEO and President of the African Diaspora Council, Mr. Michael Kodjo Adani, today on The Bernie Hayes Show. And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes, and my guest is the President and CEO of the African Diaspora Council, Mr. Michael Kodjo Adani. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes.
So good to see you again.
Good to see you. Good morning.
A wonderful, wonderful thing coming up. You're having a gathering.
Yes.
On May 24th through the 25th.
Yes.
Tell us about it. What's it about? What's it called?
Yeah, May 25th, May 24th, May 25th. It's Africa Day celebration. So this year we plan to have a conference. Everything will start on the 24th evening. Friday evening will be a cultural performance evening. Mm-hmm. That's the way we want to open the conference. So it's from 6 to 9 o'clock. That will be contest for performing different countries' cultural performances at the center. Oh. And then?
How many countries are represented at the council?
We have 22 countries here in St. Louis. Wow. So we're trying to reach out to as much as we can to be represented at this conference, because the theme that we choose is Africa without borders.
Okay.
It's a unity, it's a union that we're trying to showcase. So that evening, we want to see all the cultural performances. And then Saturday morning at 10:30, we have the conference with the panelists and have a conversation about Africa without borders and have a clear vision and trying to have a roadmap and see how we can get agenda and work on that agenda for next year and see where we are with that Africa without borders, starting from the diaspora.
Mm-hmm. You know, it says here, explore and shape African diaspora influences through social, political, and economic engagement. Is everyone engaged in the same thing? I mean, do you all have the same mission?
Yes, we all have the same mission, but the leadership is what is failing. Mm-hmm. Everybody's craving for that one Africa united, Africa without borders. Mm-hmm. But how do we do that? And the leadership is what is not focused to give us the real plan how we can do Africa without borders. And luckily, we have 3 countries who are working on that. African countries' president, they will sit down and say, okay, let's open the borders, free circulation of people and goods. So people don't need to have a visa before they go to each country, or they don't have to control them. And that is not working, but they can do that. It's just they're not focused well and make a proper planning.
Okay. So this conference you're having on the 24th and 25th, is this to more or less bring them together again, tighter, and perhaps even start a leadership?
Yeah. We see that African diaspora, you know, every diaspora is participate in the development of their own country.
Okay.
So we think that we want to use those 2 days to sit down and think and have a debate, have a question, and see everybody's point of view. When we're talking about Africa without borders, one Africa without borders,
right.
How do we do that? And what will be everybody's point of view? So the Saturday morning will be the debate, to be a panelist conversation, and then with the break questions. So we want to, our focus is on social, economic, and political empowerment of the continent,
right,
with the one Africa without borders. And then in the evening, we come back, after all these 2 days conversation, in the evening we come back and have a dinner. We call the dinner Unity Dinner.
Okay, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
How many countries, you said 22?
Here in St. Louis.
Wonderful. Could you name some of them for us? Since we were stripped from our motherland, we don't know. We're kind of disconnected.
Yeah. Here in St. Louis, we have almost 22 countries, African countries here in St. Louis. The majority is Nigerians.
Okay.
Second come with Kenyans, Ghanaians, You have Senegalese, you have Mali, you have Ivory Coast, which is called Côte d'Ivoire. We have Congo, we have Tanzanians, we have Uganda, we have Angola, we have Zambia's here, we have Guinea.
Botswana also?
We have Botswana as well. Yes, we have those countries
Yeah,
here.
that was a wonderful map Bob Dimler put up for us.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable. I assume you said the majority here in St. Louis are Nigerians, right?
Yeah, the major population, the bigger population of African representing here, they are always Nigerian. Nigeria is the biggest country, and they are very popular.
When you meet another person here in America, especially here in St. Louis, from another country that we just saw, how do you greet each other?
Oh,
are you friendly?
We are very friendly. Sometimes it's not friendly.
Okay.
Sometimes people trying to shy away from cultural perspective, and they're trying to be like, they don't want to be recognized as an African, which is fine. It's just a way of doing their own thing. So, but mostly we are friendly.
That's great.
We greet each other as a hello, brother. Or can I say hello?
That's beautiful. Yeah. Do most of them have an accent as thick as yours, more or less? You know,
anyone that come here, not born here, if you listen to them, they all have accent.
Really?
They try to be, they try to Americanize their English, but still, nowadays we have young folks who are born here, and those who came here very young, their accent also is different.
Okay.
But we, after school in the continent, you did a lot of things back home, and that's what you know. Now you come here, you still keep that when you're speaking. You're trying to Americanize it, but you don't know that you have accent. And other person who is listening to you know that, you are not originally from here.
Okay. You're from Togo.
I am from Togo.
So if you met someone from Botswana or Nigeria, could you communicate with them immediately?
Yeah. If you don't know where the person comes from, and you know it's an African, maybe sometime because of how he's dressed, maybe you hear him speaking with somebody else, and you hear the accent, and you know right away that person is a Nigerian, or that's a Ghanaian, or that is a Kenyan.
Wow.
The accents are different. Yes. And then that's how you approach and say, hey, and you introduce yourself.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Now tell us about the event that's going to be on the 25th, the Unities Conference.
Yeah, at the Unity.
And where will it be held?
Say it again?
Where will it be held?
It will be held, the conference and the dinner, everything will be at African Diaspora Council, 1425 Ferguson Avenue.
1425 Ferguson
Avenue, okay. St. Louis, Missouri.
It's in Pagedale, right?
Yeah, Pagedale.
In Pagedale,
yeah.
Okay, Missouri.
63133.
63133.
Yes.
Okay.
You can go to our website and you can find out at www.africandiasporacouncil.org, or you can email Anani at africandiasporacouncil.org.
Do you have a phone number that you can reach you at?
Yes. My phone number is, you can reach out in the office at 1-855-ADC 0007. It is 1-855-232-0007.
Are you selling tickets to the event on May 25th or 25th?
Yes, the 2 days event, 3 events in 2 days. If you just making to come and you pay for what you eat, it's $50 for all that 3 days.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah.
And you have cuisine from from representing different countries?
Yes, we have a representative from different countries. We're going to have a very good food. We're going to have this year we're going to perform more our unity way, and the dress code is going to be very powerful.
Oh, wonderful. I can imagine it's going to be. And everybody be representing their own country.
Exactly.
That's in their own regalia.
We see that if you look at the continent, we can go country by country because we have 54 countries.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we want to divide the continent into 5 pieces. Okay. Because that's what the African Union said, that the continent is 5 regions.
Okay. We got to take a short break. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I couldn't come back and get on that point. Okay.
Very good.
And we're at the New Life Evangelist Center, 2428 Woodson Road at Overland, Missouri, where Reverend Larry Rice has been helping people for over 52 years. And we'll be right back with Mr. Michael Kodjo Adani after this.
It's so easy to get tired out, burned out, and worn out, and that's why we have to let the rivers of living water flow over us and believe that God is doing a new and great work at this time, standing up to the oppressors that come from every different direction, having God wash us from clean from all the fears, the worries, the uncertainties, the what-ifs, and stand up for justice at this moment. Justice doesn't mean just us. It means letting the rivers of living water flow through us as we get in touch with God. This past week, I've been reading a book on George Washington Carver, a great man who had every excuse in the world just to kind of go through life. But instead, when he saw a problem, he cried out to God and believed him for a solution. He cried out to God at a young age, said, Lord, show me your universe. And he said, it's too great and too big for you. Well, Lord, show me man, how he's made up. He said, that's too big for you. And then he said, Lord, show me a peanut. Show me how a peanut's made up. And what did he do? God used that man to turn the South upside down as he came up with all these different usages for the peanut. And instead of just growing cotton, they started growing peanuts. And he started showing usage for sweet potatoes and so many other forms of vegetation in life. One man calling out and letting the wisdom of God flow in him and through him. This is the first day of the rest of our lives. So let's give the Lord our life, not our excuses. Let's believe him, like George Washington Carver did, to do exceedingly abundantly beyond we can even ask or think. This is a glorious day, and he's promised to release his unlimited power in us. He says, ask, it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, it shall be opened unto you. He tells us in John 14:12, behold, I tell you the truth. If you believe in me, Jesus said, you can do the very works I do. Yes, even greater things. I'm going to the Father. Whatever you ask the Father in my name, I will do it. George Washington Carver did that. You and I can do that. We can see the unlimited unlocked in our lives as we stop whining and start becoming winners and let the power of God flow in us and through us.
Welcome back. My guest is Michael Kodjo Adani from the African Diaspora Council here in St. Louis, Missouri. Mr. Anani, you were going to describe the 5 different regions that will be represented in Africa on the continent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as I said earlier, the African Union, instead of going to presenting the continent culturally, the Union proposed the continent into 5 regions. Mm-hmm. We have the West region, we have the South region, we have the East, we have the North, and we have the Central.
Okay.
So for the clothing or what we eat, if you go to West Africans, we all eat something similar. Mm-hmm. And if you go to the South, they eat something similar. The East, the same thing. The Northern people, the same thing. The West, or the East, all that we eat. So that's the way we want to present the unity.
Okay.
So instead of going through 54 countries, we take the block of the West African countries, the East African countries, the South, the North, and the Central. So that's where we see the similarity of what they do and what their culture and what they wear and what they eat, okay, to present that to all of us as a unity so that we all participate in that.
That's wonderful. Any remnants of colonization still on the continent?
Colonization, I mean, I'm not saying that it's still there. The master is still there. Mm-hmm. They're not there physically, but they're there mentally.
Sure.
They give you the agenda, and that's the problem that we have up to date. African continent is independent, but still, the presidents of the country, they are like a manager of the Western world.
Sure.
So they are just managing it for them, and that we're trying to make sure that we are grown now, so we can do our own thing.
So you'll be discussing that on the 24th and 25th?
Yes.
Okay. And also I see the magazine, you have a new magazine coming out.
Yeah.
And it's African Diaspora Council, the Council, the magazine here. Tell us about this.
Yeah. This is our first magazine. Last year we celebrated the Africa Day. And if you look inside, you see all the publicity that we did. We have sponsors who have their address, everything inside. Mm-hmm. And this year we want to do the same thing, and we want to continue doing that so that we can grow the magazine, so that we can showcase our businesses, our everything that is going on in our community.
Sure.
At least 1 year, we want to have a report on that, how we're growing and what is going on in our community. So that's how the magazine, we decided to bring every year the magazine.
I was lucky enough to have visited your facility, your venue, and I was just totally overwhelmed. You know, it's a beautiful place. Tell the people once again where it's located, and can they come by anytime to visit you?
Yeah, our location is at Pagedale, 1425 Ferguson Avenue.
Now that's right across the street from the police station, right?
Exactly.
The police station.
It's a secure area.
Yeah, very secure.
Yeah, and the police, they take a break on our premises. We love each other. We have a conversation, and to protect the anything that we going on the premises, it's like we are protected.
Sure.
Just see like a police car park on the premises. It's just like we feel comfortable, and it's for public. Anyone can come by anytime, any day, any moment, and ask questions. And what we do, and we're trying to bring all of us together to bridge the gap and assist the community.
Mm-hmm. You have facilities also for rental. I see you have ballrooms and meeting rooms. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have a big place. Actually, it's 8.2 acres, and we have a big building on the property right now. We have ballroom. We have we have two big room that the first one can hold up to 350 seats. The other one, 750 seats with the pews. Right now, you can hold up to 500 people. It depends how you design it. And then we have other room which can hold also 85 to 100. And we have two of those. And we have other room for meetings, small meetings, and classrooms. All that we're doing it for the community.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
So once again, tell us phone numbers and so forth and how they can reach you and get more information.
Yeah. You can reach us at our website is www.africandiasporacouncil.org, or you can email me at anani@africandiasporacouncil.org.
What about a phone number?
Or you can reach us in the office at 1-855 ADC 0007 or 1-855 232 0007.
And you're there regularly work days, work week hours, and so forth.
Yes, I work there every day. Just call and have an appointment because sometimes I have a meeting outside my office, so that would be better. So, but if you come, somebody will be there.
Good. Also, Juneteenth. You're going to be celebrating Juneteenth this year?
Yes, we're celebrating Juneteenth after the May Africa Day. After Africa Day is Juneteenth, so we're trying to celebrate both, and that's how we're going to participate. How Africa Day happened and the same as Juneteenth, so we're going to compare those ideas and see that it's the same thing that is going on.
Wow.
When Africa was liberated, the continent was liberated, and the president, all of them come together and said, we have one day to celebrate the continent, which is the 25th of May.
Okay.
So it's like a liberation of freedom of the continent.
Okay.
And that's what we're commemorating that day.
And we're celebrating Juneteenth as the liberation from slavery, more or less, in Texas, yeah.
And all that is around black people.
Sure.
Liberation of the black people in the continent of America. And then black people also liberating in May, saying that May 25th, we also have a freedom, but the freedom is just a word.
Okay. Once again, I'll go back to the flyer. And it's the Africa Celebration Day, May 24th. I'm sorry, May 24th and 25th.
Yes.
Okay. What time is that celebration?
The first, the evening, Friday evening, will be from 6 to 9 p.m., the performances, cultural performances. And then in the morning, we have the conference, start from 10:30 to 1:30 with a refreshment. And then in the evening, we come back in the evening, have a unity dinner.
Wonderful. Okay, I'll make a short break again, Dr. Mr. Anani. And, but I want to talk about Africa Through the Ages, the conference, the celebration theme with New Life Evangelistic Center, 24 28 Woodson Road, Overland, Missouri. Please come by. Bring some water, bring some food, bring something, utensils for people to clean up and so forth. Reverend Larry Rice has been here 52 years helping those in need. We'll be right back after this.
I have some really important information that I need to get to you. Did you know that New Life Evangelistic Center has a TV app? You can watch all the shows. You can watch all the things that we broadcast on 24.2 right on your phone. And this app can be found on iPhone or Android, and you can be plugged into the work that New Life Evangelistic Center is doing in so many different ways. And so carry around New Life with you on your phone by downloading that app. At NLEC TV app, you can find it anywhere on your Play Store today. Another way that you can get involved and partner with us in our work is by going to nlecstl.org. Again, nlecstl.org. Our website has so much information about upcoming events, different ways that you can serve and volunteer, and different major donations that we need at this time to serve homeless men and women on the streets. You can do more than just listen, but again, grow in your faith as you partner alongside New Life Evangelistic Center. May the Holy Spirit lead you and guide you as you seek different ways that you can serve those who are most in need.
Today's subject, Stokely Carmichael, also known as Kwame Ture, born 1941, Port of Spain, Trinidad. In 1961, Carmichael was one of several freedom riders who traveled through the South challenging segregation laws and interstate transportation. He continued his involvement with the civil rights movement with SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, after his graduation with honors from Howard University in 1964. That summer, he joined the Lowndes County, Alabama, for an African-American voter registration drive and helped to organize the Lowndes County Freedom Organization, an independent political party. A Black Panther was chosen the party's emblem, a powerful image that later adopted in homage by the Black Panther Party. In 1966, he became the chairman of SNCC, and during a march in the Mississippi, he rallied demonstrators in founding the Black Power movement, which espoused self-defense tactics, self-determination, political and economic power, and racial pride. He died in 1998, Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture.
I'm so excited to invite you to a special event that you don't want to miss. New Life Evangelistic Center's Faith, Hope, and Love Dinner is coming up. Join us on Friday, June 21st at 6:30 p.m. at the Royal Orleans Event Center. So please do not miss this event. Come register by calling 314-421-3020 or go online to nlecstl.org and get registered for this very special event.
And welcome back. Michael Kodjo Adani, the president and CEO of the African Diaspora Council, is my guest. Mr. Anani, the Saturday morning features of this coming on May 25th. One Africa Without Borders, Explore and Shape African Influences Through Social, Political, and Economic Engagement. Those people who will be attending the conference, are they ready for this? Are they ready? Do they know what they're coming to challenge?
We are all not ready, but I would say we are ready.
Okay.
We try to brainstorm and see and compare with everybody's opinion and draft agenda and see how we can grow every year following that agenda towards our unity. That's the main focus.
Okay.
So that's what the message we want to send out. So everybody who is coming to learn about that, then we make sure that we have that agenda for the next year and see next year, May 25th, we will give a report how we work on that, on our agenda for the next year, how we grow and how many people came to join the organization or join our community, or how we showcase our businesses in our community, how we collaborate together, how we do things together and bring our resources together to support our community. The students, the community, the elderly, everybody in the community, from the diaspora to the continent. Those are the things that our focus is.
Okay. So people who will be attending the conference, will they be wearing their They did in the regalia, their outfits and so forth?
Yes, if anyone want to wear African outfit, is more than welcome.
Okay.
I personally, I'm going to dress that day as a Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
I'm going to put, this is the new information that I'm giving to everybody. They don't know how I'm going to dress, but that dinner, I'm going to dress
Nkrumah.
Nkrumah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And what about entertainment? Will there be entertainment at the...
Yeah, we're going to have different entertainment. We have music, talking drum from Nigeria,
Okay.
or talking drum from Ghana, and we have a poet from the continent as well. And we have, we also planning to have Mali play guitar with calabash,
Okay.
like a griot. Sure. All those things that we're going to perform, we're working on those things to bring to the, and then we have a music, general music, Afro beats, and for the young and everybody.
That's wonderful. So tell us about the young kids, young children who will be there, the young folks.
Yeah.
Do they attend your meetings regularly?
Yeah, we change it in their entertainment. We have two groups. Mm-hmm. The first group is my generation and other people that constitute the African Diaspora Council. Okay. Right now, African Diaspora Council, again, we have what we call the council. The council is the leaders of every country in St. Louis. Their leaders, the executive team of Ghanaians, Nigerians, we come as a council to sit down and talk about what is in our community, how do we solve that collectively. Mm-hmm. That's the community as a whole. And then we have a young folks who is the students. So most of them here, they are international students. So wow. The organization also focus on them. We call it African Diaspora International and Alumni Student Engagement. We put them together to support them because these students, they don't have financial support here if they're going to school. They have to pay from their pocket. So we see how we can best help them as a community.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So those are the things that we're planning and design maybe scholarship for them down the road so that all of them, even though they graduate, we want to continue their alumni so that those who are working, they can put a pennies into that pool to help the newcomers behind them. And that's how we want to bring everybody together as a community.
Okay, once again, tell us about what's happening on the 24th and 25th.
On the 24th, we have Africa Day Begin, and that Friday evening, we have Africa Cultural Evening. We'll start with the different performances, African cultural performances, from 6 to 9 o'clock. And then Saturday morning, 10:30, we have a conference with a panelist from 10:30 to 1:30 p.m. And then in the evening, we come back and we have a unity dinner.
Okay. Well, about a minute left. Could you tell us some of who you'll be featuring? We can't tell exactly from the who they are from the poster here, from the flyer. Okay. Could you tell me just briefly who they are? Here, you can use mine because we're running out of time. Yeah.
On the panelists, we have a very good people who will be there. We have Mati. Dr. Mati is she is county executive. Okay. Doctor at the county. Second, followed by myself, Michael Kodjo Adani. The third person will be the moderator, Mrs. Charity Ikpe. Okay. She's a good lady as well.
Okay, we're out of time. I'm sorry. So it's going to be a wonderful panel. I can tell that right now. I just want to say thank you again for visiting with us, Dr. Anani. And we're looking forward to this wonderful event on 24th and 25th of May.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hayes.
Thank you so much.
Having me.
And thank each and every one of you for supporting New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road, Oakland, Missouri. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a great day.